Mansfield in the morning.
Let's start with the Buddhist teaching first.
Okay.
Because beneath every behavior, they say, there is a feeling, and beneath every feeling is a need. And when we meet the need rather than focus on the behavior, we begin to deal with the cause and not the symptom. So I absolutely love that, because I think it's true. When we look at a child acting out in a classroom, we need to look at what the need is, not the behavior. We need to focus on that. So I'm going to look at them, and obviously you all know Maslow's needs, his hierarchy of needs. And then I found another one which I thought was perhaps better, 7 essential needs. Physiological needs, which is the basis of all things, need for food, air, and so on. Safety and stability, love and attachments, truth, self-esteem, alignment, and connection. So the truth is all of us have needs that extend beyond the physical need. And I think that's why people don't agree with Maslow, because he says people then just focus on the physical need, the need for shelter, the need for food, and so on. But actually people need more than that. All of us need more than that. But not all of us, I believe, know what we need, and we often have no idea what our significant other needs or the people within our circle need. And both are essential if we're going to have satisfying and long-term deep connections and peaceful relationships and feel good about ourselves. I know I went on a course that Mark Pilgrim organized. And that was also about needs, really, because it was whether you were auditory or whether you were verbal or whether you were sighted or whether it was about touch. And it was very interesting to find out what I need to feel okay. Because I hadn't actually, while I think about it now, it's obvious. But at the time, I hadn't formulated that in my own head.
Okay.
So, focusing on needs because people are struggling is what I'm doing. And it makes sense that when we are stressed, when we are in grief, when we are anxious, when we are threatened, when we've been retrenched or we have no work, it's sometimes hard to identify our own needs, let alone articulate them, because our brain is fuzzy and our circumstances are not what we would want them to be. And so we can't really work out what it is that we need. And I feel that if you go to someone and you say, what do you need? And they say it's okay in a relationship, you know that's not true. They say they have no need or whatever. It's not truthful because all of us have needs. So we need people in our lives to watch out for us. We need to be understood. We need to be heard. We need to be able to discern what it is that is making us feel uncomfortable or making us feel angry or making us feel unhappy. We need to be able to discern that for ourselves so that we can express it for someone else. Now, one of the exercises I do through FAMSA with couples, and it's an exercise that I found never fails to improve their relationship and their communication if, and it is an if, both couples are willing to listen and change. I ask them 2 questions, and I ask them to write them down. What are 2 things that you need your partner to do more of? And what are 2 things you wish your partner would do less of? Okay? And they're not allowed to be accusatory. They have to come with their own need. What is it that they need more of? What is it that they need less of? And what I find happens is that in that conversation, and obviously I'm there to police it, if you like, to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. What I find in that conversation is that it's a major revelation to both parties. It's a major revelation even to themselves, what it is that they want more of and less of, because they've had to think of it. And I think so often in life we just race through because we're so busy. We don't have time to think about it, let alone to articulate it. And it really does help if we do that. It also helps when someone's struggling. So, for example, someone phoned me yesterday and they couldn't speak. They were so upset. Then I said, what is it that you need from me? So I spoke. Do you need me to just listen? Do you need me to pray? Do you need physical help? Do you need food? What is it you need? And immediately I moved them into that. They could speak because they moved out of the emotion into what is it that I'm actually asking for. So it really, really does help. We need to actually understand how important it is for us to know what our needs are and what the needs are of the people around us. And so this morning I'm going to ask you as a challenge, just think about the relationships you're in. What is it that you need more of? What is it that you need less of? May God bless you and keep you safe.
Reverend Shana, thank you very much, Reverend.
Here it comes! It's Mansfield in the morning. Driven by Sandown Motors, your Mercedes-Benz partner. On